Hey, welcome back, friends. If you want to join the friends, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Today, I am going to be going over Silverhawk boots and seeing exactly how worth they are to use and whether or not you should be doing that over training agility. I do have a agility training guide on my channel, so go ahead and check that out. Links will be in the description down below. But if you are interested in seeing any of the cost analysis for Silverhawk boots to see if they're worth it in your situation, stay tuned for this video. For this video, I decided to do cost analysis at 20,000 and 30,000 GP apiece for Silverhawk feathers. This should make the guide a little bit more longer lasting, and I've seen that the price of Silverhawk feathers does fluctuate quite a bit. When it's on a promo from Treasure Hunter, it does get down to about 18 to 20,000 GP. You can quite easily pick it up for about 20,000 GP if you are waiting until there's a Treasure Hunter promo on, or some other time that they give out free Silverhawk feathers, which isn't that often nowadays. Alternatively, if you just want to buy it whenever you can, currently the prices are at 27,000 GP, but it looks like it does go to 30,000 GP and beyond, so I'll be trying to do a cost analysis for both of these. I am going to try to stick away from the numbers as much as I can, but unfortunately, this is a cost analysis, so there's going to be a lot of numbers in there. I'm going to try to go more towards the trends of everything. I'm going to start off the cost analysis at 20,000 GP per Silverhawk feather. Now, this may not be an achievable level at the majority of times, but if you're patient, you can wait until there's a Treasure Hunter promo. And most of the times during those promos, the Silverhawk feathers do go below 20,000 GP per feather. So you are going to have to be patient, probably have a couple alternate accounts in order to buy enough of these Silverhawk feathers to get what you want to accomplish. But if you are a patient person, you most certainly can get enough Silverhawk feathers to go probably all the way from level 1 to 99 with this. Also, do want to mention I am going to give you a couple cost analyses of the early levels between 1 and level 60, but I'm not going to really expect you to be using these at least till probably level 70 or level 80 agility. That's when it starts actually being worthwhile to do. So there's a lot of numbers on this chart, and you guys are probably going to have no idea what the heck half of them mean. So let's go over exactly what they do mean. The first column is going to be just the level that you are at while training agility. It does scale with levels, so that makes this a lot harder analysis than it would otherwise be. The second column is going to be the amount of XP per feather that you are getting. Obviously, massive difference per level again. It's basically calculated by 1/10 of a small XP lamp. So if you want to know at any specific level exactly how much XP you're going to be getting, you can go ahead and just check out the small XP lamp, the amount of XP you would be getting from a small XP lamp, and just divide that by 10. The GP per XP is going to be your next column. This is very, very easy. It's just 20,000 divided by how much XP you're actually getting. That's the cost of the feather divided by how much XP you are getting from the feather. And the last column is the column that I think is actually worth the most to look at. This is going to be how much GP per hour you're going to need to make in order to make this an efficient way of training up agility. I do want to mention that these are all assuming that you are going to be getting regular XP. It does not include bonus experience, and it does not include double experience weekends. If you have either bonus experience or double experience weekends, this is essentially half of the cost. If you're doing it with bonus experience, you obviously have to take in consideration the amount of time it's going to take you to get all that bonus experience. And if you're doing it on a bonus experience weekend, there's not really any calculations to do. If you're doing something that you may want to use Silverhawk feathers with, just take the GP per hour that you would have to make, divide that by 2. If it is something that you think you can reasonably make per hour, consistently, I would like to mention, not like your maximum GP per hour, if you think you can consistently make the GP per hour that I have on that rightmost column, then it's going to be worth using. So let's go over this entire chart and kind of pick it apart a little bit and see exactly at what points it's going to be worth using Silverhawk boots. Obviously, level 1, 22 million GP per hour, probably not worth using. Especially at level 1, I don't think you're going to have too many levels that are extremely high, so realistically, the only way of making 22 million GP per hour is probably with something like Telos. So unless if you've made it to Telos and never done any agility training, probably skip for at least the first 20 levels. The thing that really surprised me is how much it goes down and how rapidly it goes down in price. At level 20, it's already only 6.5 million GP per hour that you have to make, which, again, very low level agility. I don't expect anybody at that level to actually be able to make 6.5 million GP per hour, but I think I really underestimated how efficient Silverhawk boots are, and also how slow agility is, because basically all I'm doing is figuring out how much XP per hour you can actually get at these levels and seeing if it's worth it like that. And at level 20 you can only get like 10,000 XP per hour, so that makes it relatively efficient to actually train with these if you have a pretty good sum of money. Honestly, the only way you're going to be getting 6.5 million GP per hour is probably from bossing, so again, unless if you just never skilled and you do a decent amount of bossing, then probably not worth using. During bonus experience weekend, though, I think realistically people can make 3.25 million GP per hour, even at that low level agility. I would say it's probably worth using at bonus experience weekend already at level 20. So basically, as long as you have a decent level of agility, use Silverhawk boots during double experience weekend. Just flat out use them. It's good. Level 40 and level 60, you get a further decrease in the GP per hour that you need to be making, all the way down to 4.8 million GP per hour. And at level 65, you actually have a jump in the GP per hour you'd have to make. That's because of a new method of training agility. You can actually do the empty throne room after the dig site quest, and that really jumps up the XP per hour that you can get from agility, seeing as how the majority of the lower level agility levels are not that easy to train. Just the empty throne room makes it extremely easy and probably makes it so that it's on the bubble again whether or not it's worth using Silverhawk feathers. Now at level 70, you're starting to get to the point where the amount of XP you're actually getting from Silverhawk feathers is going up so fast, it's actually outpacing the amount of XP per hour you could be making from agility. And from this point on, you're basically just going down in the GP per hour you have to be making to make these efficient. At level 80, it's 3.7 mil. All the way down at level 99, it's only 3.25 mil. That means during double experience weekend, or if you have a just plethora of bonus experience, it's only going to cost you like 1.5 mil per hour to make it efficient to use Silverhawk feathers instead of just training up agility regularly. This is way, way better than I was expecting, and honestly, it's looking good. If you can get Silverhawk boots or Silverhawk feathers at 20,000 GP apiece, it looks like anywhere from level 20 if you can make a lot of money per hour, level 70 plus if you are kind of a lower money per hour person. It's actually efficient to train agility with Silverhawk boots. This was at the best case scenario, so let's look at the 30,000 GP per Silverhawk feathers before we actually get any grand statements here though. So I'm assuming you guys can read these charts yourself a little bit better now, so I'm not going to take quite as long on this one. But with 30,000 GP per Silverhawk feather, it kind of looks a little bit more dismal. It doesn't look quite as good with the 20,000 GP per feather. So if you're just buying them willy-nilly whenever you want, it is going to be costing you quite a bit of extra money most likely. That being said, let's go ahead and look at the graph really quick. Level 1, 34 million GP per hour. We already know it's not worth using at level 1, even with 20,000 GP per feather. About level 40, you're going to be looking at 8.3 million GP per hour. Still pretty high. And then when you get to level 60, it goes down to 7.1 million GP per hour. This would be about when I think it might be worth using on a double experience weekend. I'm not 100% sure. So if you're buying them for about 30,000 GP per feather, that might be in the middle of a double experience weekend or something like that, you may realistically want to just train regularly even at level 60 instead of using Silverhawk feathers, but that's entirely up to you. 65, again, we get the jump because of the empty throne room, up to 8.5 million GP per hour. Most certainly not worth using at that level. And then at about level, I'm going to say about 90, it may be actually worth using the Silverhawk feathers at 30,000 GP per feather. 5.5 million at 90, 5 million GP per hour at 95, and 4.9 million GP per hour at level 99. That being said, this is, again, worst case scenario. I haven't actually ever seen it get up to 30,000 GP per feather. But if you are just buying them at any random time, you are going to be spending quite a bit of money on these Silverhawk feathers. So I would care you to have caution about how much money you are spending on these Silverhawk feathers, because you can see that it looks a lot worse from this chart than it does when you're getting them at a better price, like during a treasure hunter promo. Hopefully you guys have all decided whether or not it's worth using Silverhawk feathers for you. And I have decided to help you guys out a little bit and tell you how many Silverhawk feathers it's going to take you to get from one level to another level. At the top here, we just have basically how much it's going to take to get from a specific level to another specific level. And at the bottom here, I have 1 to 99. It's only going to cost you 26,039 feathers if you want to go all the way from level 1 till level 99 with only Silverhawk boots. This is going to cost you about 520 million GP, so you're spending a lot of money on it. But you are also saving 136 hours that you would usually have to train agility that you don't have to anymore. So if you can make 520 million in 136 hours, more than worth using Silverhawk feathers. Again, make sure that you get them at a cheap price. It's one of the most important things about this guide. Make sure you get them at a low price, and it will help you out a lot. If you are interested in specific levels, though, I did also put at the bottom level 60 to 99 is going to be 23,000, and at level 80 till level 99 is going to be 17,000 Silverhawk feathers. So hopefully this will help you guys out. If you guys all enjoyed this guide, I would love it if you leave a like down below. Show me the appreciation. I put a lot of effort into all the math for this, so make sure that I see the appreciation so I know whether or not you like this, and I can do it again with another similar object. If you do like what I'm doing, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It shows me your appreciation, and I love it if you leave a comment as well, seeing if you are going to be using Silverhawk boots after this. As always, though, have a good one.